Valley Connection is brought to you by RPS Video Productions.
Welcome to this month's edition of the Valley Connection, where we bring you local information of what's happening throughout the Inland Empire. I'm Nancy Lopez.
And I'm Cesaria Hernandez. Thank you for joining us. Well, Nancy, spring is here, and what a perfect time of the year to go out and experience all of what the Inland Empire has to offer. Something that we are very proud of here in our valley is Ramona, the nation's longest-running outdoor drama. You can come and enjoy this amazing play full of Spanish dancing, cowboys riding horseback, and Native American culture. It is a love story from the past presented in the beautiful Ramona Bowl Amphitheater. We had a chance to visit with Steve Alvarez, spokesperson for the Red Tail Spirit dancers and singers, who perform in the Elder Blessing scene of Ramona.
And Cesaria, I had a chance to speak with Toby Mort. He's our local financial advisor, and he gave us input on how to be better prepared with our finances in this ever-changing economy. And we also had a chance to stop by the Hemet Public Library, where they held a Civil War encampment and a Victorian dance to help the Western Science Center promote a new exhibit called The Magic Treehouse.
We have so much more in this month's show, so stay with us and experience some of the Inland Empire through the Valley Connection.
The Camelot, a magnificent place locals describe as a castle. Located in the beautiful San Jacinto Valley, holiday retirement. Experience living like royalty as a resident at the Camelot with independent retirement living. Enrich your life with a warm, inviting sense of community and nothing to worry about but deciding among a full calendar of social activities, outings, and special events to participate in. Or you just might want to sit back and join in on a weekly fireside chat with friends and staff. Enjoy delicious and nutritious food as a chef prepares 3 meals a day for you. Whether you want a studio, 1 or 2 bedroom suite, they all come with a kitchenette and a refrigerator. Individually controlled heating and air conditioning with each suite, along with weekly housekeeping and linen services. As you experience the beautiful interior with 6 atriums throughout the building, come and enjoy the unique grounds of the Camelot. Independent retirement living and pet-friendly, one of over 300 holiday retirement communities across North America. If you are that independent retiree and ready to simplify your life, we invite you to discover all that holiday retirement has to offer at the Camelot. The Hemet Public Library, in conjunction with the Western Science Center, put on a terrific presentation of American history during the Civil War period. Kids and adults alike learned so much from the 2nd U.S. Cavalry, a Civil War reenacting group. There were great displays of that period, such as musical instruments, tools, guns, period costumes, and other types of things that you would see back in that era. We had a chance to learn more about the benefits of the drum during the Civil War.
Before I joined this unit, I was a drummer in a group called Hart's Engineers, which was a southern unit that was based on an actual unit that fought during the Civil War with General Lee. The engineers were older gentlemen generally that had a trade besides just being a soldier. They would be carpenters, they would be blacksmiths, surveyors and that, so they would build the emplacements for the guns and all of that kind of stuff. But when the shooting started, they grabbed their rifles and they'd go and fight just like the infantry. And as you can see, I was a drummer with them. Drummers were like the signal corps back in that day and age. If you can imagine an infantry unit of 200 or so men lined up 2 deep, shoulder to shoulder, it's very hard when the cannons are shooting and the bad guys are shooting at you and the horses are running around for the one officer to get the information from one end of the line to the other. So each unit had certain cadences and signals that the drummer would do that the guys at the end of the line could hear. And they weren't always the same ones because we didn't want the other guys to know what we were going to do. So they couldn't say, oh, they're going to wheel left, we'll get ready for it. You couldn't do it that way.
The Western Science Center was trying to bring attention to a book called Civil War on Sunday, which is part of a best-selling children's book series, The Magic Treehouse. Now open at the Western Science Center is a Magic Treehouse traveling exhibit. Visit the Magic Treehouse where you can experience 3 important periods of American history: Thanksgiving on Thursday, Civil War on Sunday, and a twister on Tuesday. This exhibit at the Western Science Center allows imaginations to grow and learning about American history fun. As we wind up our time at the Hemet Public Library, we want to thank the 2nd U.S. Cavalry War Reenactment Group for giving us such a great presentation of that period. Also wanted to remind everyone to take advantage of the Hemet Public Library and all it has to offer, including the upcoming summer programs. Check out their website for more information. We'll be right back after the following message.
We are out here at the beautiful Ramona Bowl, and I am joined by Steve Alvarez and his brother Noel Alvarez, and they are the spokespersons for Red Tail Spirit Singers and Dancers. And Steve, let me ask you just a little bit about how this group got started.
Well, this group got started about 15 years ago. It originated by my father, Mr. Luis Alvarez, and the reason we put this group together is for educational purposes. When we were a lot younger at the time, my father noticed that there wasn't too many culture events out in this area, too much singing and dancing, so we met up with some groups from some families from other nations, and we put together an intertribal group called the Red Tail Spirit Singers and Dancers, and we just perform social songs, demonstrations, things like that.
Well, tell me, I know that you guys are known for some of your bird songs. Can you describe a little bit about bird songs?
Well, a brief history of the bird songs is what you hear here in the play. What our group sings is called Desert Kuya bird songs, and they originate all through Southern California, from as far as the Mexican border to the Colorado River, all the way up to parts of Mojave. And what they are just social songs sung with the rattle. And out this way, see, the main instrument out this way was the rattle, not the drum. So when the families get together out here, that's how we socialize with the bird songs. And what they briefly talk about is the journey and the creation of the Kuya people as they travel these hills in the background, looking for the homeland, the promised land. And what they sing about is just things they encountered on the journey, elements, the weather, the terrain, just different things, and they put them all in song.
And tell me just a little bit about some of the dancing that we see out here.
The dancing you're gonna see out here, it starts with like men's traditional dancers. They're the ones that wear more of the feathers. Then you have women's jingo, that's more of a medicines dance where they wear tobacco ties on their thing. Then you got men's grass dance, which comes from the plains area where they wear yarn and ribbon that represents the grass. And then you're gonna see the hoop dance, the men's hoop dance, which originates from the Pueblo type area. And they got the hoops and they tell stories. It's like a story with the hoops that they do.
And tell me, what do you men hope that audiences take away when they see these performances?
What we want the audience to take away is just a piece, because we're throwing a lot at them. We just want to throw them a piece of what our culture is about, with the singing and dancing, what it all means, and how it goes together in each song and each dance. So it's just the beauty of our culture that they could take home and understand, have a little more knowledge of understanding it.
And Steve, where can folks come and see your group perform?
Well, first of all, they want a pageant, but But our group, we're strictly volunteer group. We go from different places, different community events. We do different colleges, different schools, and what we do, we go out and just give a demonstration, kind of educate the people a little bit about our songs and our dances. And but usually you'll find us anywhere here in the community, any local event, any culture events in Riverside County, San Bernardino, wherever. We like to travel, but we just like to come out, and the kids like to express themselves through song and dance and share all this knowledge with the public.
Well, we sure are thankful for that. And my goodness, it is so beautiful. Be sure to get your tickets and come on up here and see them in the Ramona pageant and catch them at local powwows too. We're going to be right back with more of the Valley Connection right after this. Are you interested in promoting your business or service? Let our television program, The Valley Connection, work for you. With these uncertain economic times, let RPS Video Productions promote your business with a customized commercial or broadcast package that will be aired on The Valley Connection. To receive more information, contact Rob at rpsvideo.com. Now let's continue on with the show.
Hi, I'm Rob Lindquist. I'm with the Hemet Heritage Foundation. I'm the president. And what I'm here for today is to kind of bring you back, to kind of take all of you who are watching this back into time a little bit. And here's a little scenario from the turn of the century that was indelibly imprinted in my mind and still resides there as one of my favorite spots. We used to come out here when I was just a very young child in the late 40s for picnics, and then subsequently on our bicycles, because this was Little Lake. This was the Little Lake area. Behind this barn and this fruit barn here is the Little Lake, a 50-acre lake that was set up as a reservoir by the Hemet Water and Land Company. Whittier and Mayberry had built the dam high up in the mountains, established and engineered a flume system to get the water all the way down to this reservoir, which in turn distributed the water via several large flumes. They broke out as they went down grade, but this was all fed by gravity. The lake was filled with gravity flow, and everything then was engineered to flow and distribute itself throughout the valley to start the groves, orchards, and fields that became the sustaining industry of Hemet and San Jacinto and the Greater Valley at its inception back in the late 1890s and early 1900s. This barn with the board and batten structure is very, very typical of the old barns of Hemet and San Jacinto, particularly Hemet with the grove. This is what I call kind of like a Hemet Water and Land Company barn. Most of them were painted just as white as could be, and you have this wonderful setting here. These are blue gum eucalyptus. They're just enormous, and I want everybody who sees these in this picture to come out and actually see them in reality, because one of them, I think the trunk is probably 23 feet around. The lake is as pristine and as naturally beautiful as it can be. It's been here long enough. 1918, I've got to say this quickly, 1918 there was an earthquake. Ted Egan was out here. He was one of our board members on Lake Hemet Municipal Water District for many years. He was out here swimming with some school friends of his, and the 1918 April earthquake hit while they were in the lake, and he said the lake just roiled and swooped around like a bowl full of jelly. It was a great experience for Ted. And with that, I'll just close off and let you go. And I hope to be able to talk to you about, as we move forward, the Hemet book done by Arcadia Publishing. It's going to be fantastic and you'll enjoy it. Hope you get one soon. You can find more information about our wonderful valley in the Hemet and San Jacinto books published by Arcadia Publishing.
And welcome back to the Valley Connection. And I'm excited to have back with us our local financial advisor, guru, I call you, Toby Mort. Thank you, Toby, for being with us. I know they only gave us like 5 minutes, so we have to talk fast. Let's start off with the economy. How's it doing?
Well, the economy probably hasn't recovered as quickly as people would like in this past recession, although many parts of the recession have done very well, in the sense that people who had more education have done better. Those who had less education are struggling more. So that's been part of the slower part of the recovery. The manual jobs are the difficult area because we're just not seeing enough dollars in those families to really make it work well, at least not in many of the areas. And I think probably the thing that's going to help that, we need to help those people get more education, get better control of their skills. And for many, many years, the labor type jobs that were effective in California, we're slowly losing those to technology. And it's just a matter of time and fact, and we need to get these people up to speed.
So what would you say, other than that, are some other like major concerns out there as far as the economy and how things are going?
Probably people hear more about interest rate rises and things like that because they watch the news a lot or they see it on the internet. Interest rate rises will happen. The Fed will make that happen in time. But people worrying about maybe 1.5%, 2% rises all at once, that's not likely to happen. Usually incrementally, 0.25%, 0.5% maybe over a period of time. But even with housing rates being as low as they will, and unfortunately, people who earn money off their CDs and savings will be the last to see an interest rate rise because the interest rates will rise first on housing, car loans, things like that.
Right,
you know,
which is not
right.
good really
No,
for
right.
us.
And that's why they've been very slow to do that. People are looking for more money on their savings, but the government has held down those rates on purpose, first of all, to keep the economy stimulated. And secondly, they want people to turn to alternative types of investing, such as good quality mutual funds, good stocks, things that produce more income, have a higher amount of risk, but the individual is taking the risk, not the government. So you see, that's kind of the purpose for what they're doing. And that's been going on about 6 years now.
So what advice would you give somebody that's kind of looking to maybe get in the market or investing? I mean, is it a good time and what should they look at?
Well, it's always a good time when you have the money. First of all, you have to have that. If you're trying to pick a time when the market is either up or down or you think it's good timing, very difficult to time the market and make money. You have to get in, you have to begin to just have that income build dividends, have those dividends reinvested. It makes sense to put a little money away if you can start a retirement program if you haven't started that. Even our young people today in their 20s should be putting some money away. If they could put $50 or $100 a month away, it would be very advisable. But unfortunately, that age group also thinks those are savings accounts, not retirement accounts. They put a little money away, and a couple of years later, they're taking it all out. And it's a penalty for them to do that, plus taxes. And they forget that it's a long-term, not a short-term solution.
Yeah, I'm sure. And but if you can do that, if you are disciplined,
yes,
it will pay off in the long run.
It certainly will. Remember, it takes about 10 to 11 years to double money on average. So if you're putting money in and you're taking it out in the short term, you're really not going to make much money in the process.
What about IRAs and Roths?
IRA is one form of retirement account. The Roth IRA allows you to do this. It allows you to put money away and take it out tax-free later on in life. And when I say take it out, you usually need to be 59 and a half to avoid penalties. At 70 and a half, in a regular IRA, you have to begin to take money out because the law says you do. But a regular IRA also allows the person, when they're adding money to that, to take a tax deduction in most cases. Now, there are limits because there are caps on how much money you can make as a person and still take the deduction on the IRA. But those are some of the areas that would be very good for especially younger people to get involved. The Roth IRA would be an excellent place to go for a younger family.
Sounds good.
If you can discipline yourself.
Yeah, discipline. That's the key, right?
It is.
Well, thank you so much, Toby. I know there's more we would like to ask you, but time's out, unfortunately. But as always, we will have you back to be with us. So
Thank you so much.
thank you
It's
so
always
much
fun
for
to
being
be
with
here.
us. And we'll be right back right after this.
Southern California Detail Specialist Ynez RV. Family owned and operated, servicing the RV industry with over 25 years of experience. Whether it's striping, detailing, painting, or bodywork, make your RV look like new again. Let Ynez RV remove your old decals and paint new stripes back on. Or go for a full body paint job. Have our professionals restore your RV to mint condition. If you need flooring repairs or removal or new flooring installation, take advantage of our flooring services. Protect it all from leaks by having your RV roof permasealed. Ynez RV provides a 10-year no-leak warranty with PermaSeal Roof Guard. It's 100% solid, flexible, and fire retardant. It also insulates and reduces heat. Ynez RV now offers structural and fiberglass repair along with technical services. Ask about our mobile unit for a wash and wax and detail services. Let our professional team at Ynez RV have your RV looking like new. 951-526-9089.
Hi, I'm out here at the Domenigoni Ranch Charity Ride for Diabetes. Oh my goodness, it's a beautiful day, and I am joined by Rocky Wilson. Now, Rocky, tell me your official title.
I'm the executive director of Camp Conrad Chinnick.
Now tell me just a little bit about diabetes and why this camp is so important.
Well, what most people don't understand is that diabetes is a very deceptive disease. You look at most people that have diabetes and you think, well, there's nothing wrong with them at all. And so, most people say, well, there's really nothing we need to do about it. But what they don't realize that if any of these people that have type 1 diabetes go without insulin for just a few days, they will not be able to live. And so it is a deadly disease. It is something that people need to take very, very serious. And so this is why we have this ride. This ride provides money for two things. One is for research that is greatly needed to find the cure. Now that we can do stem cell research again, there is hope that we may find the cure in the next few years, and this would change millions of people's lives. The other part of this ride, the money goes to help the people who have to live with diabetes now every single day of their lives. And as I said earlier, if they don't manage their disease properly, they will die. And so camp is a place where kids can go and learn how to manage their diabetes. For one thing, you put 150 people with diabetes together at once, and for the first time in their lives, they feel like everybody else, because in their communities or where they live, they feel all alone. And everyone asks them questions like, do shots hurt? They wear pumps on their side that pump insulin, and everyone thinks that they're wearing iPods. And so they're very misunderstood, and people look at them and like they say, they think, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You should just be normal. But these kids have to stop 4, 5, 6 times a day and test their blood to make sure that their blood glucose is in order. And so by going to camp, we can help those kids learn to manage their diabetes more closely and become healthier. And we want them to live until there is a cure. We want them to live healthy lives and normal lives. And that is what camp is really all about. So it's been it's a huge project. It takes a lot of support from people and understanding and education. And so all of these things combined is what this ride is all about, to help benefit all those people who struggle and have to live with it every single day.
Well, it's just wonderful, Rocky, what you're doing out here. And you know what? I hear that they got a horse all ready for me, almost all saddled up out there. So I'm ready to get riding. How about you, Rocky?
I'm ready to go if you are.
All right, let's get going.
Hi, my name is JJ Moser. I'm 20 years old. I've been diabetic since I was 2, so that's about 18 years. Camp's been really important to me. I've been attending for 12 years. It's really taught me to be very independent with my diabetes and to take care of myself, and you know, it's just it's definitely helped me along the way, and it's never slowed me down, not one bit. So I'd like to thank everybody that came out today to support this. It means a lot to me. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Another successful event at the Domenigoni Charity Ride event for diabetes. Without your help, this would have never been a success of gathering funds for the cure and the kids at Camp Chinook up there. So keep the money coming, and we'll hopefully find a cure for this someday. Carol?
We had a wonderful crowd. We had over 700 at the barbecue, 250 on the ride. Keep those donations coming because we have to find a cure.
We have had a great time out here at the Domenigoni Charity Ride for diabetes, and oh my goodness, if you didn't get a chance to participate this year, be sure to get on their website and find out how you can contribute. Now, on with more of the Valley Connection.
Hi, I'm Phil, the technician that hates acting, but we love fixing cars.
You need your hybrid vehicle serviced or the high voltage battery replaced, diagnosing of a smog, drivability, or air conditioning problem, or routine maintenance to keep your vehicle in top shape. Phil's Auto Clinic is the place. Visit philsautoonline.com for more on our AAA approved services and free shuttle. Call Brian or Dan at 927-2102 for your appointment today. Phil's Auto Clinic, where caring makes the difference.
And welcome back as we close the show. And we have some exciting events to make sure you get marked on your calendar.
That's right. First of all, Ramona up at the Ramona Bowl. Come see it for the first time. Brand new show. Oh my goodness, very exciting. You'll want to catch us up there the last 2 weekends in April and the first weekend in May.
And be sure and mark your calendar for May 8th because we have an appearance of Ronnie Cox. You might remember him from playing the guitar in the Dueling Banjos from Deliverance.
Bum, 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 bum,
That's right, you got it. Anyway, he's going to be performing at DVAC on May 8th at their new facility on Harvard Street. So please go to their website and get your tickets.
And go to our website. Be sure to check us out at www.thevalleyconnection.net. You can view this show or many of our previous shows.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us, and please be with us next time for more of
The Valley Connection.